Hello dear students, myself Sarika Bhaviskar and today I will give the introduction of circle chapter which is useful in 9th standard and 10th standard also. It is the important topic in your syllabus, mathematics syllabus. Firstly, we discuss the definition of the circle. What is the circle? The collection of all the points in a plane which are at a fixed distance from a fixed point in the plane is called as a circle. Means if we consider a fixed point and from that fixed point we take the collection of all the points, that is called as a circle. The fixed point is called as center of the circle and the fixed distance is called as the radius of the circle. Now this point O, it is the center of the circle and this distance OP, it is the radius of the circle. And this, it is the collection of all points which are equidistant from the point O and the fixed distance is this radius. And this collection is called as a circle. Now, which are the different parts of the circle? Firstly, the fixed point, that is called as a center of the circle. This point O, it is the center. This one OA, OE, OB, all these are called as radius of the circle. The segment B, this segment B is called as diameter of the circle. And the pink line, circular line, this circular line is called as the circumference of the circle. All these are the parts of the circle, basic parts of the circle: center, radius, diameter and circumference. Now the next part is chord of the circle. Means if you consider any two points on the circle, then line segment joining that point, that are called as the chords of the circle. Now see the figure, AB, AE, BE, all these are the chords of the circle, where AB endpoints, both the endpoints are on the circle, and a line segment joining the endpoints on the circle, that is called as a chords. And B is the largest chord, biggest chord of the circle, means B is the diameter of the circle. Then diameter of the circle, it is the largest chord of the circle for every circle. See the yellowish part, this yellowish part is the interior of the circle and the bluish part, that is the exterior of the circle. It is the exterior part and it is the interior part of the circle. Next, arc. Arc is a part of circumference of a circle. Means if you consider the circular, any two points on the circle and the circular part between that points, that is called as a arc. Now see the point M and N and the circular distance between M and N, that is called as a arc. It is the smaller arc which is denoted by minor arc and the remaining part, it is the major arc. Means there are two types of arc, minor arc and major arc. Now see the figure here, line AB intersect the circle in two parts, in 2 points also, means divide the circle in two parts and intersect the circle in 2 points A and B. Then the line is called as a secant. Here line AB is the secant, and if you consider only segment AB, at that time segment AB is called as the chord. Make the difference here. If we consider line, then it is a secant, and if you consider the segment AB, then it is called as a chord of the circle, because point A and B lie on the circle, then the segment AB is called as chord of the circle. Now the next part of the circle is sector. Consider the point A and B, radius OA, OB, then the portion enclosed by two radii and the arc. Means here consider two radii OA and OB and the arc AB. Then this portion enclosed by these two radii and this arc, this triangular portion is called as a sector of the circle. this sector is called as a minor sector, and the remaining part it is called as the major sector. Now segment of the circle. Here we consider chord BC and arc BC. Then portion between enclosed by BC chord and BC arc, that is called as a segment. This greenish part it is a segment of the circle. Obviously it is a minor segment, and the remaining part of the circle it is called as a major segment of the circle. The region of the portion of the circle between chord and arc of a circle is called as a segment. Now the yellowish part it is the minor segment, and the bluish part it is the major segment of the circle. Now if we consider one circle and one line, there are three possibilities. See, the first possibility, circle and line are non-intersecting. Second possibility, that line intersect the circle in two parts. At that time that line is called as a secant. And the third possibility is the line touch the circle in a single point. At that time that line is called as a tangent, and that touching point P is called as point of contact. Means there are only three possibilities if you consider one circle and one line in one plane. First one, they are non-intersecting. Second one, they are intersecting, and third one, they are tangential. If the line touch the circle in single point, that is called as the tangential position. Non-intersecting position, intersecting position, and tangential position, these are the three possibilities between a line and circle in a plane. Now here see the circle. There are two circles and the center of the circles are same. At that time these types of circles are called as the concentric circles. These are the concentric circles. Next concept, tangent circles. Now see the figure, there are two circles, and both the figures both the circle touch in a single point in interior and in exterior position, but the common point between circle and the line, both the circles and line is one point, and at that time that circles are called as a tangential circles. Only one single point is common between two circles, that are tangential circles. Only one single point is common between circle and line. At that time that line is called as tangent to the circle. Same definition is there. Now these are the definitions. A secant is a line that intersects a circle in 2 points. Now see the figure. Line K intersect the circle in 2 points, lower line, that is called as a secant. And the tangent is a line in the plane of a circle that intersect the circle exactly in 1 point, and that line is called as a tangent, and that point which is common between line and tangent, that is called as point of contact. Now some theorems related to circles. First one, if a line is tangent to a circle, then it is perpendicular to the radius drawn to the point of tangency. Means this line is perpendicular to the this line is tangent to the circle, then the segment OP it is perpendicular at the point of contact. Means that angle formed by radius and tangent, it is a right angle. Next theorem, a perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord bisects the chord. Means if you consider chord AB, OM is perpendicular on AB, then that segment OM divides AB in two equal parts, and that parts are AM and MB. Both are equal if OM is perpendicular to AB. Now the next theorem. In a plane, if a line is perpendicular radius of a circle, it is at its end points of a circle, then the line is tangent to the circle. जो फर्स्ट थ्योरम हमने देखा उसका कॉन्वर्स रिवर्स स्टेटमेंट है. मीन्स इफ द सेगमेंट इज परपेंडिकुलर to the line, then that line at a single point, then that line is the tangent at that perpendicular. Next theorem. In this theorem it is given that if S is the exterior point to the circle, then tangent segments drawn from that exterior points are equal, means ST is equals to SR. Exterior points, S is the exterior point, tangent segments drawn from that exterior points are equal. It is the meaning of that theorem, means SR is equals to ST. One more theorem. There is one and only one circle passing through three given non-collinear points. Means if you consider any 3 points, then only one circle can pass through that 3 non-collinear points. See the next theorem, next property of the tangent. The point at which the tangent line intersects the circle to which it is tangent is called as a point of tangency, or it is also called as a point of contact. Already I told it. Now the next theorem. Equal chords of a circle are equidistant from the center. Means this theorem is useful for 2 different circles also. Means 2 circles are congruent, radius of both the circles is equal, then this rule satisfy for both different circle also and in one circle also. Now see the chords AB and CD. If AB is equals to CD, means length of both the chords are equal, then the distance of both the chords from center are also equal. Perpendicular distance, means OM is equals to OM. Means AB is equals to CD, then OM is equals to OM. It is the meaning of theorem, and we have to write proof also. In theory lecture we will continue that proofs. Just understand the meaning of theorem. Next theorem. The chords equidistant from the center of a circle are equal in length. Now it is the converse statement. जो हमने previous theorem देखा, previous theorem में दिया था chords are equal, then the perpendicular distance are same. Now here in this theorem it is given that if the perpendicular distance are same, then the chords are equal, and these statements are called as the converse statements. Now the most important property of a circle, angle subtended by a chord at a point. Means if you consider any chord PQ and R is the point on circle, then angle PRQ, it is called as angle subtended by arc PQ, chord PQ at the point R, and R is the point on circle. And similarly PQ is the chord, O is the center, then angle POR, it is called angle subtended by chord PQ at center of the circle. Means there are 2 different situations. If the point is on the circle, R is on the circle, then PRQ, it is the angle subtended by PQ on the circle, and O is the center, then angle POQ, it is the angle subtended by same chord PQ at the center of the circle. These are the 2 positions of the angles, and there is specific relation between both the angles which is given in the theorem. See the theorem. The angle subtended by an arc at the center is double the angle subtended by it at any point on the circle. मीन्स जो सेंटर पे एंगल फॉर्म होता है कॉर्ड से, दैट इज डबल ऑफ द एंगल एट द सर्कल ऑफ द at the point on the circle. Means see the figure, first figure, angle POQ, it is the angle subtended at center of the circle, and PAQ, it is the angle subtended by a chord on the circle. A is point on the circle, O is the center of the circle, then relation between both the angles is angle POQ is equals to twice the angle PAQ in any situation. All these 3 are the possibilities, but in all 3 possibilities the relation is same. सेंटर के पास जो एंगल फॉर्म होता है वो ऑन द सर्कल जो एंगल फॉर्म होता है उसके डबल होता है. It is the most important theorem and property of the circle. Now next theorem, angles in the same segment of a circle are equal. Means if you consider one circle, see this is the circle and it is the segment, then angles in the same segment, see this figure, it is not proper, but this angle and this angle both are in the same segment and both are equal in length, equal in measure. Now the last theorem, if a line segment joining two points subtends equal angles at two other points laying on the same side of the line containing the line segment, the 4 points lie on the circle. Means if you consider 2 points which are on the same side, at that time the remaining points, end points of that angle, all these 4 points, means the vertices of the angles and end points of the angle, all these 4 points form a quadrilateral, and that points are called as a concyclic points, and that quadrilateral is called as a cyclic quadrilateral. All these are the important things, important properties of the circles which are useful for 9th and 10th standard also. That's why prepare all these points properly. Try to understand the meaning of each theorem and each concepts. If these concepts are clear, then chapter example solving is very simple in this chapter. That's why do it properly. Thanks for watching.